What's up guys, Phoenix here. So far I've gotten plenty of positive feedback from yesterday's video in which I identified just how large of a problem the current Dragunity deck faces from the consistency loss from losing Dragon Ravine on the ban list. In today's video I'm going to continue on the subject of how to try and offset this lost consistency by bringing in some new allies into the mix and explaining the functions they will perform to pick up the slack left behind. First up for discussion is the new core added to the deck that holds the goal of giving the new Dragunity deck a better chance to stand on its own 2 feet. While no other 6 cards could ever perfectly replace a full suite of Dragon Ravines and Terraformings, the Hieratic engine comes as close as you can get to it. No surprises here that this would be the most streamlined and efficient way to get the job done. But it should be noted that this was one of the first variations I experimented with once Ravine was announced to be banned. But my inexperience as a whole with the Hieratic engine led to me making some very poor card choices and plays in all my testing variations that ultimately shelved the project. Squeezing a full 15 to 17 card Hieratic core into a deck that only lost 6 cards was causing more problems than it was helping, and while the deck could do some nice Hieratic based plays, it lacked in too many areas like defense and recovery to merit further testing at the time. Now, my time playing the Hieratic Ruler deck, however, gave me a much greater understanding of the core functions and plays that can be attained by a very sleek and streamlined Hieratic engine. Cutting the redundant cards like Nebthet and overall slimming the core down to more manageable sizes allowed for greater potential in the remainder of the deck building. A potential that was only further supported by the addition of 3 new cards that Konami so graciously had provided us with over the last few months that really bolstered the potential the deck could attain. 2 of those new cards currently up for discussion are the 2 newest Dragon Tuners Konami has given us access to. The first being our very own TCG exclusive card Galaxy Serpent from Judgment of the Light, and the second being Labradorite Dragon, which was given to us in Shadow Specters. These 2 cards provide a very unique synergy within the core of the deck by both being Cards of Consonance targets, while also being fuel for the new Hieratic engine placed into the deck. The possibility of dead drawing the Luster Dragon number 2 with no way to discard it other than the 1 copy of Tempest or making a Gaderg would no longer be a factor to bolster inconsistencies, as Cards of Consonance became a way to somewhat alleviate that problem of drawing the vanillas while still properly supporting the Hieratic core by still giving you access to these vanillas after you've done whatever you were going to do with them once you drew them. Factoring in cards like Dragon Shrine also gave the deck a better all-around protection from these unfortunate possible inconsistencies, while also functioning as more ways to get phalanx to the grave quickly and easily. Giving you more targets for Cards of Consonance made it a more solid card to run, while also giving yourself better access to cards like Dragon Shrine to get the vanillas out of the deck quickly, thin the deck more for your draw cards to be more efficient to get you into your core pieces, and also putting a phalanx where you needed it, which was in the grave. Galaxy Serpent being given to us as a TCG exclusive is the main driving force of this new engine, though. Galaxy Serpent essentially is made to function as the 4th phalanx, whereas when you summon it off a Hieratic in conjunction with having access to any level 4 winged beast, allows you quicker and easier access into your Dragunity synchros than would be allowed otherwise had the card not ever been printed in the TCG. Now, speaking of having access to a level 4 winged beast, the last new card to be given to us as of recently is what truly allowed the deck to push the boundaries of its potential. The OCG import Mavelus could not have come at a more perfect time to attempt to make a playable strategy possible. By including 2 copies of Mavelus in the extra deck, supported by some main deck copies of Instant Fusion, the deck now had access to 2 more level 4 winged beasts that don't need to take up your normal summon. Essentially, these cards function like Garuda the Wind Spirit, but phenomenally better. The problem with Garuda was that until you got a play kickstarted, you basically had no way to summon it, meaning that drawing it early game was essentially worse than drawing a vanilla, as you had absolutely nothing you could do with it. Mavelus, however, can be better utilized at every single point in the game. It essentially functions as a 4th and 5th copy of Dragunity Ducks at every stage of the game that you're in. You can open Instant Fusion in Phalanx and go straight into a Vajrayana level 8 Synchro play, or have it with an already established combo to just further the progression of plays. Mavel is finally receiving a place in the TCG card pool, alongside with receiving our exclusive Galaxy Serpent, allows the Hieratic core to power the deck into Dragunity Synchros, with an efficiency that you wouldn't really expect from the deck while it has 0 Dragon Ravines in it. But essentially, that's kind of all I had planned to discuss today. It's nothing really too fancy, but it is just something that all kind of culminated together and made a large breakthrough for what the deck's potential could be. Tomorrow's video will be a deck profile of what I'm currently testing so that all you guys can test it and draw your own conclusions and make your own card choices and whatnot, because the deck is still in the beta stage of testing, and I feel like releasing it now would allow for some very crucial feedback while we're going into the latter part of this format. But, as always, thanks for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe for more content. Click on that if you have not, and help me help you. I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps me make money, and there's no reason to lie to you guys about that. Please continue to let me know if you like the new format of how I'm doing videos or not right now. I'm still very curious as to your guys' feedback on it, because it takes a lot to edit them, but it's kind of more casual for me to film and make videos this way, because I can kind of do it at my own pace and sort of think over what I have to say instead of just, cameras on, let's go now. But anyway, ultimately it's going to be whether or not you guys like it or not. And until next time, take care.